what happened to the woman? Kind you straight about, the kind that would take a man and love him, not cause she had to, just because she can. And what happened to the woman who knew trust was the only way to be free? What happened to the woman? Then again, what happened to me? What happened to the man? Swing a hammer in labor's hand, just to forge the dreams of a woman into stone or something bigger than time. What happened to the man? Wasn't too big to let himself fall. What happened to the man that came home happy and long before the last call? I've seen long nights and bar fights and neon lights and lonely one-night stands. Seen passion melt to hatred in the eyes of a man that forced his hand. I've been left lonely and forgotten, but I've carved hills just so that I could breathe. So it ain't today that I'm leaving burning, it's just some things between yesterday and me. I don't fear nothing about tomorrow. Time's the only fear that you can't flee. So it ain't today that I'm leaving burning, it's just some things between yesterday and me. See, it ain't today that I'm leaving burning, it's just some things between yesterday and me.
That is an awesome tune. I dug that.
Thank you.
What's going on, everybody? This is Isaac. I'm here at the shack with Kayla Ray, all the way from, from Marlin. Just supposedly, she just got lost in Marlin. I guess she was thinking the podcast was in Marlin because I'm from Marlin. Is that what it was?
That's exactly what happened. I went to the wrong city.
You're
turns
good.
out.
Hey, wow, that's a real musician, though. Traveling.
Man, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry
No,
to put you behind.
I don't mind that. I'm sure they'll excuse you. You've been. Where are you from originally? You from Waco or?
Yeah, I grew up in Robinson.
Oh, okay, Robinson. Okay, I see you've been here in the past couple of years. I've been hearing your name come along more and more, and you're playing all the time. But now you don't do a lot of Central Texas too much now, do you? Or you've been branching out?
Yeah, we try to. I'm trying to. I stay at home. I do every other Tuesday at Papa Joe's.
Okay.
Because I love it. You know?
You gotta. That's why I learned how to cut my teeth at Papa Joe's. Of
I
course.
played my first gig at Papa Joe's, and yeah, so I love it there. And I still pick up some stuff at home now and again, but I'm trying my best to branch out. We try to do the Midwest once a quarter, which is pretty cool. We do stuff.
Who's we?
Just myself and my rhythm section.
Really?
Yeah, and I've done it acoustic twice, and I love it. There's a good hub in Tulsa, and then we're going up to Kansas City, and then into Nebraska, and we played our first Iowa show last fall, I believe. So, and you know, we're just trying to keep it burning. But.
Wow, man, that is awesome. And the whole that is really traditional sounding. You know, that's my favorite, of course. You know, how are they taking it in the big cities? You know, because you know all that. Well, I don't listen to country anymore because it's not country now. It's whatever the heck it is. They call it bro. What's it, bro country? I call it bad '80s music. Is what I call it.
It's bad '80s pop. I say that all the time. You know, it's yeah.
But how are they digging it? Say up there where you're at, in like in Kansas and up north.
You'd be really surprised. You know, and obviously here in Texas, everybody is super supportive.
Oh, for sure.
We did Lukenbach quite a bit, and you know, that's like, you know, that's just right shooting fish in a barrel, kind of for the kind of music that we make. But you would really be surprised. There's this underground thing happening. I'm a real believer. You know, they call it Americana music now. It's just because there's no other place for country music. Country music is not country music anymore. But everybody's super supportive in the Midwest. I've been pleasantly surprised. They're faithful. Like, they'll remember you. You know, you gotta watch your whiskey shows because they'll remember when you come back.
Well, you also have a really unique sound. I mean, I've heard it before. It's very familiar, but then it isn't. If that makes any sense. I mean, I hear a little bit of Loretta Lynn in there. I'm not sure if that's, but I hear some because I was a big fan of Loretta Lynn.
I'm a huge Loretta Lynn fan.
Who are you listening to? You know, when you started playing music, was it traditional country or?
Oh yeah.
Was it? Who was it?
For sure, traditional country music. I grew up. My grandmother bought me the box set of Hee Haw.
Oh wow, that's really country.
Yeah, and I between that and I watched Coal Miner's Daughter. Like, I wore out about 4 copies of that movie, and I learned my open chords there. And then from a pastor in town, actually Marvin Donnell. He played country music before he was in.
Okay.
Went to seminary, and so he taught me all those old Hank Williams tunes, even the secular ones. You know, he knew that was kind of like the gospel that I needed, the gospel according to Hank. And so yeah, definitely it was Loretta Lynn and Merle Haggard and Tammy Wynette, and Tanya Tucker was like my childhood favorite, you know, because she was a chick, but she didn't sound like a wuss.
You ain't lying. She was she was an outlaw chick. Yeah. She was, you know, and she had her stint with Glenn Campbell, who was one of my heroes.
Yeah, he's
phenomenal. The sideburns alone. I still rock the sideburns because of Glenn. I don't care, Glenn and Elvis. But for sure, yeah, that was a great era. But were you liking anything like? Let's say at the time that was contemporary, were you liking that, or were you still just not really into it?
Man, I was pretty well, like, you know, but a lot of that was just looking for, you know, my own identity. There was a lot of stuff happening in Texas that I really dug. That was right around the time that, like, Aaron Watson was doing, like, that duet with Willie Nelson, and he called himself the Honky Tonk Kid.
Right.
Awesome, you know? But, you know, it was songwriters, just, you know, like, bare minimum truth songwriters and traditional country music were the things that were the biggest influence.
That's what caught your ear.
Mm-hmm.
When you started playing, was like songwriting, was that coming in real quick, or was it something like you started dabbling in little by little, or?
I always, like, you know, just made up poems and tunes in my noggin, but I look back at some of that stuff and hope that it never sees the light of day, you know.
Everybody does, of course,
sure.
But you know, but you got to keep that in your portfolio. You know, have you ever used any of that stuff and just bring it back, say, well, you know, maybe I can use it now. Have you done any of that?
Oh, you know, on this last record that we made, I used 2 tunes that I cut on my previous EP that will be buried and dead forever. So we kept some of those around, and I've got, you know, plenty of tunes. We'll see. I don't know. I've become close to a writer named Zach Aaron, and we had a night the other night where we just dug out all of our old tunes, you know, like, and they were awful, and we had so much fun, you know. We drank a case of beer, and we're like, you won't believe this chord that you know.
That's the songwriter life, you know, to do that. That's what we like to do. I don't know about the beers for me. I can't drink like I used to, but the whole just getting together and just brainstorming, and there weren't a lot of guys that I could really write with. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if it's just me, it's like I don't want anybody messing with me, but there were a couple. Sure. And there were a couple. Is that easy to write with somebody else? You know,
I've had polar opposite experiences with that. Songwriting is something that's so personal to every individual that it's a hard thing. You got to really mesh with the person.
That is exactly right.
You know, I went to Nashville last fall, and I've been lucky enough to befriend a lady named Erin Enderlin, who's like a phenomenal writer, and she's just so cool about it. She has this spirit about her that she can just take any individual and like be aware of their strengths as a creator and really help them form something. I don't have that quite yet, but I did notice, you know, like in those situations, often they put you in a room with a stranger, and it's like, okay, now, you know, word vomit, something, ready to go, and that's really, it's an intimidating process.
For
That's
sure.
something that I don't necessarily flourish at yet. But I do have, you know, all of my dearest friends pretty much are songwriters, and so we're all close enough that, you know, songwriting or life alone. Like if I'm screwing something up, they'll tell me, and I keep me accountable. And songwriting's no different.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
you know, with that, there are a handful, and I'm learning to grow that way. But
Is that your first audience? Is it your buddies?
usually,
Really?
yeah, probably so. We're forever sending voice memos like, listen to, you know, what do you think of this?
That's cool about modern technology. That right
Yeah.
there. I remember I used to drive around because I used to drive a truck, or I used to work in a ranch, and either or I had a little video. It was back then there were old cassette players about that big, and I had to walk around and I'd sing. Now you can do it on your phone and email it to them. Goes, what do you think about this? What do you think about that?
It's a double-edged sword because sometimes, you know, I'll be too quick with the gun and not work on it enough before I send it to somebody. So.
I got you. You know, still the advantages of just immediately sending a project. You know, if we really wanted to, you could send a finished project. Nowadays with these crazy apps.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it is. How about as far as you were saying you were doing an album? Where are you doing it at?
I'm recording at the Zone in Dripping Springs. It's where we did the first one, and I really, really love it there. Pat Mansky is the engineer there, and he's just amazing. He plays drums for the Flatlanders.
Oh, wow.
And he's like an incredible engineer, and like he's just super, you know, all that techie stuff is amazing to me, but it's just like Greek, you know, and so
Right.
he's just super conducive for creating, you know, and he'll mix as he goes, and it's awesome.
Who's all playing on the album?
So far, we've just done the basic rhythm tracks. We did that last week, I guess it was. And so I have Ray Rodriguez, who's playing drums, and he plays for Walt Wilkins and the Mystic Arrows.
Oh, wow.
He's phenomenal. He's played on a jillion records, and I had the privilege of touring with him when I was working for Jason Eady, and he traveled with us for a few months, and I just love him. And Dick Gimble came and played upright.
Oh, my gosh. Wow. Legend. For sure. Jeez.
And Jason Carter played the electric parts and knocked it out. It was his, like, one of his, you know, like, first bigger sessions in a while. And he's
the guy that lives right down the street. He used to.
Yeah, he still does.
He still does. Okay, that Jason. Okay, it's been a while. He also plays with Nolan once in a while and freelancer, but sure.
Yeah, he's been with me now a little over a year.
Okay,
and he's just like the core of our project, really. Like his spirit is great for it, and he did a great job. And then Josh Barnard played. He actually played some nylon string, like gut string stuff.
Oh, wow.
So we're gonna go back and do overdubs, and he's gonna play Telecaster and a whole assortment of other things. And then we're going to have Cody Braun come in and play the fiddle parts, I believe. Jeff Queen's gonna play steel.
Wow.
And
awesome, man. Both of those are just, man, what can you say?
I couldn't be more blessed to have
sure.
him. And then we're talking about potentially putting harmonic on it, and if we do, we're going to get Willie's guy, Mickey Ruffalo.
Oh, yes. I've seen that guy play with a couple other bands. That dude's ridiculous.
And what a phenomenal musician, you know?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Man, let's hear something off that album.
Go with that first track that we played.
That was on. Yeah. I was going to ask you about that. That was such a unique sounding song for these days.
Mm-hmm.
I'm familiar with that style. And I'm sure there's people out there that are as well, but a lot of the youngins your age aren't familiar with that style. Was that something that you wrote like here recently or from a while back? Or
that's a pretty recent tune. I've probably been sitting on it 8 or 9 months, and that B section is something that just came recently. I've been listening to all that. Merle Haggard's Serving 190 Proof record is my favorite record of all time, and they, you know, the Strangers did this thing where they took country music and they honored the craft, but they made like these sections groove and just feel so good. And so that's my hope for this next record, you know, and have these boys bring some stank about these tunes.
That's what's up.
So, yeah, that's a newer tune, but it's definitely...
How far, let's say you write a tune, let's say you write one tonight, when will you spit it out live?
Oh, man, I'm real bad about, like, tomorrow.
Really?
You know? Oh, yeah.
That is awesome. That's what you got to do.
I'll just get so ate up with them that I can't help it most of the time.
That's what you got to do. You know, sitting on it, I don't know why people do that. Really, I mean, an artist gets it out there, and then it's not going to be perfect, right? But, you know, sometimes it is, but, you know, or you might catch that lightning in a bottle, but a lot of times, you know, it's not going to be perfect, but you got to start molding it, you know, anyway, on stage, you have to.
Yeah, I believe that for sure, you know, because I can set it alone by myself and be like, yeah, it sounds good or that sounds terrible, but without some kind of live reaction, it's really pretty hard to judge. Yeah, feedback's a big deal. Like, and I don't know, songwriting is such an outlet for me that, usually it's something that I'm dealing with right then, and if I don't, like, get it away from me, I'll implode, you know?
I understand, for sure. I haven't been in songwriting mode in a while, but I do remember the when I was, like, doing it for, like, an album. Matter of fact, just the energy and, like, okay, man, it's something I'm, you know, either you like it or not, but it's something you're doing. You know, you're working.
Yeah.
You know, and you're doing that. But let's do one.
All right.
What's this one we're going to be doing?
Guitars in tune. This is, I don't write many, like, happy songs because this is country music, but my grandparents raised me, and I'm very, very thankful for that. It kind of set the course for me, you know, found some center of balance.
Any other family musicians?
Actually, no. My mom, I think, she grew up playing piano, but she didn't really play much when we were around. I'd beg her to. There was a piece called Cool Blue that she kept in the piano bench, and I used to always make her play that, but she was never too crazy about it, it seemed like.
I hear you.
My grandmother she loved country music, and she was not a musician herself, but she would sing, she would try.
Who would she listen to, the Carter family, or?
Yeah, yes and no, a little more progressive than that, but not by much.
Let's say something like, maybe like Loretta Lynn, I guess.
Oh, yeah, for sure. She had, like, my grandfather bought her a Mazda Miata for their, like, whatever anniversary, and she was so proud of that car. She moved right around listening to the Loretta Lynn's box set, just singing at the top of them.
She said box set.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
And,
I had no idea that Loretta Lynn even had a box. She should have one. I'm sure she has a couple.
Man, she had so many number one hits.
Oh,
it's really
man.
surprising. And for a woman in that era, people love to be so, like, they like to complain that women have it bad in the music industry, but I don't think that's true. I just think you got to plug away at it like everybody else, you know.
Did you ever visit her house?
Man, I had the craziest experience doing that, actually.
Really?
I did. When I went up to Nashville this last time, I went by myself, and I stopped in at Hurricane Mills because I was alone. Why not, you know?
Right.
And the gates were just about to close, and I didn't know, you know, and so I'm
Right.
keeping all these people at work, and so I'm just, like, bebopping around, I'm like, why is there nobody here? Just oblivious to the whole world.
Right.
And so this guy stopped me in a golf cart, and, you know, he said, ma'am, I have to ask you why you're here. And so I just kind of, you know, told him I'm from Waco, and whatever, I'm coming up to write songs with my buddy, and I didn't really tell him who or anything, because
Right.
I don't ever want to be like,
name drop.
Right.
no, I hate that. And what if I can't write anything and nothing becomes of it, and then I just look like a jerk? And so he was like, well, get in. And I kid you not, he drove me around Hurricane Mills, Tennessee, and then he stopped me off at the gift shop. Oh, it was awesome. It was pretty
awesome.
cool.
I've been there. I loved it. Had a great time.
That's amazing.
If you drive through to Nashville, you got to stop there.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful part of Tennessee. This is a tune in the lovely key of B natural. Sorry about that.
Keep on.
This is called 1963. Sawdust and coffee rains were the things that built the man that as I'd grow would provide the things I'd need. He never had much to say at all. He kept a pocket watch in his overalls, but he made the sunset his fingers bleed. See, he says he married young 'cause she was different. She was fun and always say that she loved something like me. She had it, she'd give it all, but boys, don't you piss her off. You find out just what fire means. But the days were long and the weeds were tall, and we'd snap peas of the early fall. We lived like it was 1963. Didn't have things like the other kids, but I thank God for the things I did. It's this kind of blood that runs in me. See, it's a shame a man today can turn his face and walk away from a little girl with eyes just like his own. Couldn't blame it on his raising, all his folks, they did the saving, and the man I lost, I suppose I'll never know. But the days were long and the weeds were tall, and we'd snap peas of the early fall. We lived like it was 1963. Didn't have things like the other kids, but I thank God for the things I did. It's this kind of blood that runs in me. It's this kind of blood that runs in me. And the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. And the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore.
I dig that.
Something like that.
I dig that.
Thanks.
Did you grow up playing in church?
I did. I didn't really pick up the guitar very much until college, but I was always singing.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I grew up in church, and that's one of those old hymns that's one of my favorites of all time.
Yeah, mine too.
I love playing it and all that good stuff. We don't play a lot of old hymns anymore, but man, it's good to bring that back. How'd that song come about? Whenever you were writing, is it just something that you wrote at the house, or?
Yeah, man, that song I actually have had a while.
It's deep. I like your writing style, but I love the lyrics. I was checking out your lyrics at the same time. I dig it.
Thank you. I was part of this when I was tour managing for Jason Eady and those guys. We had this group of writers, and I was way too green to be in the group. I actually didn't last very long back then, but it was Jamie Wilson, Adam Hood, Edie, Courtney Patton, and myself at first. And I think that Owen Temple may have been in it that first time, and the goal was that we all had to submit a tune to this Dropbox file every week. And, I didn't do anything every week,
Right.
Yeah, I'm shameful to look back at it now, but that was one of the tunes that came during that time, which was cool. It was, it was a constructive environment, and obviously, I respect all of those writers so much. I still feel like I have no business being around them when I get the privilege to be, but...
no, you're a good very good songwriter. I like what I hear.
Thanks.
I'm telling you.
It was just a constructive way for them to push us to be accountable to our craft.
Right.
So it was cool.
I love the whole just the style that you got. I'd love to hear you with the band. Whenever you play, is it the same band all the time, or is it?
We try to do that. It doesn't always work out that way. I use Josh Barnard, and I've used Justin Moraes or Cognito if you're looking for.
Oh yes, okay.
Quite a bit, and they both they had the writer gig for a long time, and then Justin's just moved on to Josh Ward, and we're not able to use him as much right now, and so I also use John Dews, and Jason Carter is always with me. If there's a full band gig,
right.
Clyde's the guy, we call him Clyde. But he, so for the most part, there's quite a bit of consistency, and then when Josh Barnard can't be there, we usually use John Dempsey. So, and that's a blast, because we play
acoustic. I love
acoustic.
John's my boy, too.
He's a great musician.
Oh, for sure. Songwriter, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
All that good stuff. You ever do any, let's say, like, Melody Ranch, any kind of dance halls, or?
Yeah, we did Melody Ranch not too long ago. We opened for Edie and those guys, but I used to do quite a bit more of that stuff. That seems like it's slowed down some. People don't dance the way that they used to,
I know it. That's a shame. I remember back in the days, Melody Ranch was crazy, packed crazy all the time. Even on Thursday nights, it was like many years ago when I was in college, and we'd have college nights on Thursdays. And good band, bad band didn't matter. People went there to dance. It was packed, and I loved it. Any questions out there, Gabriel?
No.
Well, that's a bummer.
Right, I'm telling you. Well, I'm gonna. Whenever you're done here in a minute, Gabriel, hand me that thing. Whenever you're done, I'm gonna announce this week's gigs here in a little bit. Speaking of gigs, we're are you gonna be playing that sometime soon?
This is an easy week for me. I played at Papa Joe's last night, and I don't have anything until Saturday. I'm playing a place called Across the Tracks in Livingston. It's a little
that's a good ways away.
Yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to it. We're just gonna spend the whole weekend down there in East Texas and camp and be by the water and hopefully write some tunes and just take it easy. So I'll be close, so it won't be a crazy commute.
Right, I hear you. On a busy week, where all would you be playing? Let's say I say on your like the past busiest week would you have? How many gigs a week would you have, and where would you play?
Oh man, that's hard to say. 4 to 5 nights a week is a pretty heavy week. September was wild. We had I think I had 3 nights off or something in September, which was awesome. I'm definitely not complaining, and it just really it varies, from place to place. We're lucky enough we did Lukenbach once every 3 months last year, and So that was amazing.
I've never done Lukenbach. I can't believe I've never done it.
It was pretty awesome.
I think I visited it one time. I may not have. I was anyway. The early 2000s were hell. But anyway, I've never played there though. How's the experience there?
It's awesome. It's cool. I've been working at that for a long time. I've been slinging gear and selling merch and just meeting people with that gig for since I was about 19. So
is it pretty much a built-in crowd there? People that go just because it's Lukenbach?
Yeah, they have some of both. It's definitely all because it's Lukenbach, but some people would just go because of that one Willie and Waylon tune, and then some people go because there's always music, and it's
right.
It's really, really, really cool. They're always super responsive. We did those. It's like the greenest slot that you can get at first. We did those Sunday afternoon shows. You gotta do what you gotta do. And man, people they sit and listen. It's a 4-hour gig, and like the turnover rate is like nada. Like they sit and listen to what you have to say.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's amazing. So
you ever do anything around Green?
Yeah, we haven't done the hall yet, but there's a vineyard down there, and then Riley's Tavern is kind of on the other end of town, and then what else is? Probably the vineyard is the closest to Green Hall that we've come, but I do that River Road Ice House and Billy's.
I've played that a few times for sure. My dad, he just passed. I remember a while back he had some timeshare condo over there on Green on Guadalupe.
Yeah.
And he would tell me how he would go out because he never really went out. How he would go out to Green Hall and the outsides on Sunday, and there'd be bands playing there all day long. It's like he said, he goes, and a lot of people were there just checking out bands all day long, and that's crazy because he even saw music. He never went to do that stuff. So but what I'm trying to say is like that part of the country really does appreciate music and this kind of music.
They do. They do. It's in the water, I believe.
I believe so. Let's do one.
Oh, all right then.
Oh yeah, who is this? Burnett D. Wallace. I just fall in love with that beautiful voice.
Hey, sing.
Burnett, is it Burnett? Burnett or whatever. She said thank you. There you go.
Yeah.
Let's do one.
Oh, let's see. Let me chew on it here.
Is this one off the album? It's an older one. Or what is this one?
We can do. Let's do
whatever you're feeling. Or I tell you what, is there anyone that you usually do? But it's an old one that you still do.
I thought you were going to read it off.
I am in a minute.
Oh, okay.
Well, this is one. Let me get this. Oh, this old guitar sure does hate this wintertime weather.
By the way, I want to change directions real quick on that guitar. That is a beautiful axe. I'm a Gibson man myself. I love it. Tell me about that guitar.
It is a '66 Gibson LG1, and I love it. I've had it.
Where'd you find it at?
In Austin Vintage.
Oh, okay,
Steve Fulton shop. Yeah, I really dig it. I've got the Bags pickup that has the condenser mic as well as the bridge pickup in it.
Wow,
and
that is nuts.
I dig it. I love it a lot. Because it's smaller, And
right.
But with that pickup, you can get a lot of low end,
I love to hear that in the dance hall. Just that big up man. What a beautiful guitar that is.
Thank you.
And it's all beat up, looking just a way. I love it.
Yeah, and I'm shameful to say I did most of that to this guitar.
Well, that's cool. It's your axe. It's your axe. And like I said, I'm a Gibson man myself. I love it.
Thanks. I call it Myrna. Was my grandmother's name.
Oh, beautiful.
But I named it. She was Chickasaw Indian and like 4'11" and tiny. And she, I told her that she was still living then. I said I named it after you because it's moody and smaller than most of them.
All right.
She dug that. But I wrote this right after we cut that first record, so I didn't get to cut it the first time. We did cut it last week though.
Okay.
I always say this is the only song I have about love that goes right. Well, I keep these things down deep in my pocket. Hell, it ain't a good luck charm. It ain't a wallet. It's a handful of fun. Ain't nothing can top it. Every now and then I stop, lock, and pop it. You can find these things in the strangest of places, the richest of homes, on the prettiest of faces. Why, just last week I bought 6 off a soccer mom. All pills, pills. See, it's a rainbow pharmaceutical street drug thrill. All pills. Pills. See the lobbyists, the FDA, and all of their pills. Get some from my dad and swap for some crack, and some from a kid that don't know where he's at, and $60 a month, cause my doctor is my buddy. Got a round one, skinny one, square ones too. Hey, I even got some of the kind that you chew. It don't matter how you take them, all that matters is what they do. All pills, pills. See, it's a rainbow pharmaceutical street drug thrill. All pills, pills. See the lobbyists, the FDA, and all of their pills, all right. Some say I'm addicted and these are the vices, but all I know is it kind of suffices. They want me to tell them all just shut up. All pills, pills. See, it's a rainbow pharmaceutical street drug thrill. All pills, pills. See the lobbyists, the FDA, and all of their pills. To the folks that pay to do what they say, the doctors, psychologists, pharmacists, radiologists, oncologists, endocrinologists, gynecologists, obstetrician, pediatrician, my favorite electrician buddy from the east side of the river that we all call Sparky, and all of their pills.
I love it, girl. I love it.
Thanks.
Is that something that you just started writing? You're like, I can't quit now.
Yeah, that was one of those tunes that happened during that songwriting group also, and I just found myself in a pinch, you know, because I'm a procrastinator and like was scared to death because I had all these writers, and so I thought, like, I gotta write about something that's familiar to me first of all.
Right.
No, actually, I'd seen this. There's a Roger Miller quote. He stepped off of an airplane, and some interview guy, you know, asked him, you know, Mr. Miller, do you have any advice for young songwriters? He said, yeah, keep your pills in one pocket and your change in the other, because I just swallowed a dime. And so that's where that whole tune came from.
I love it. I love it. Was he one of your songwriting heroes?
You know, I'm just now like coming to really appreciate Roger Miller, because that guy, I mean, you know, as a kid, all the melodies are catchy, and he did all the music for the Jungle Book and a lot of those Disney movies. Brilliant musician. I mean, he arranged all of that stuff. All the scores for those movies.
I had no idea.
Yeah, you know, and
that is nuts. I had no idea.
I really didn't either. And then, you know, as I've grown as a writer and really done some research, like, that guy was a sad, sad dude, but he was just so, like, his mind worked with these incredible melodies. And, you know, he wrote that Husbands and Wives tune that Brooks and Dunn cut later on.
Yeah, one of my favorite songs of all time. Boy, I love it.
Unbelievable.
I love it.
So, I always loved, you know, he can't roller skate in a buffalo herd and stuff like that growing up, but really recently I've really been digging into Roger Miller.
Yeah, you know, and like you're saying, the whole sad thing. I know most artists, even like comedians, that's their thing. They it's sad, but a lot of them do paint a smile on their face.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And those guys are suffering, and so you would never know, because Roger Miller was a happy-go-lucky guy. He was a musician, well, actually a songwriter.
Yeah.
One of those dudes, but you know. But like you said, he lived that life, you know. And I think it can go a couple of ways. Of course, who knows what his life was like? But I think as a songwriter, and I've done that myself many times, is put myself in that situation for a song.
Yeah.
And you know, whether you want to feel sad or not, or you want to feel down or not, but if you're songwriting, you want to go there. You got to go there for the song. Sometimes you do. Do you find yourself doing that?
You know, my life has led me into situations that have birthed a lot of tunes, and I didn't have any clue that that's what I was doing, you know, but I definitely agree that, like, people, I think, that create with, you know, from any spectrum have, like, this tick about them that, you know, sometimes I can't stay away from trouble.
I hear you. I hear you.
I try not to do it on purpose, you know, I really, you know, but I don't want to write songs about, you know, just wussy, sappy, happy stuff either, you know, so I've got to find a balance. Lately I've been writing a lot of story songs so that, like...
Well, you're an artist. You're a painter with lyrics and melody. Same thing as the guy that makes movies. He can't make all happy movies. Yes, you can make, but there's then you're catering to a particular audience. You have to be, as an artist, you got to broaden your horizon, as they say. You got to think, you know, outside the box a lot of the times, too.
Yeah.
You know. Give me some backup music. I'm going to announce this week's tune. This week's gigs for the some of
music,
our,
huh?
just, yeah, some, whatever you feel. I love it already. I love it already. See, Cash Warren Project, Saturday, at a place called Ricky's Roadhouse. Have you heard of that?
Ricky's Roadhouse. Nope.
Neither have I. And he's a guy I've had here in my studio, a local guy. So I wonder where that's at. North of Navasota, some buddies of mine I've had here in the podcast. Thursday they're doing an unplugged at halftime
Oh, cool.
from 8:30 to 11:30. Check those guys out. Those guys are a good band, even when they're plugged. And they rock. They rock. I like those dudes a lot. My buddy Darwin Nell. You know Darwin Nell, don't
Oh,
you?
yeah.
Everybody knows Darwin Nell. Darwin Nell, Friday at Scores Pizza and Spirits Bar. No, Sports Bar, not Spirits Bar. Scores Pizza and Sports Bar in Belton. And then he's going to be in Whitney, February the 3rd. Kirk Baxley and Michael Saldana. I'm sure you've run across those two gentlemen before.
Oh, yeah.
Thursday at Aces together. And then, and then Saturday, Michael's going to be playing a crawfish boil in Grosbeck. I believe at a place called Jaybirds. Anyway, Twisted Wrench is having an open mic every Thursday hosted by Mooch and Hootie. I've never heard of them. I don't know if that's if there's not school names.
Mooch and Hootie. Where's Twisted Wrench?
Twisted Wrench, I believe, is in Harker Heights.
Cool.
Anyway, they have like a lot of live music. It's the place, at least one of the places that people like to play in Killeen. I have not played there yet. I don't really like to play out of town too much anymore. My days are over unless it's something I need to do.
I understand.
My boy J.D. Johnson, Thursday at Roscoe's in Burleson. He's doing him and Beauty and the Beast. I guess the Beauty is Kirsten Baird.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming JD is the Beast. JD, I like that dude. Anyway, he'll be at Roscoe's in Burleson Thursday. Saturday, JD and a guy named Josh Hoosier.
Oh, yeah.
He's that young fella, right? With those little kids. Is that the one with those three brothers, or is it somebody different?
I think that's right.
It is? Okay. At Mac Daddy's, Saturday. There's also going to be a fundraiser for Chance Huffman with it doesn't say where the heck it's at. Maybe I didn't do it right. If anybody's out there, tell me where it's at. But anyway, it's a fundraiser for Chance Huffman, and also it's going to be a cross-country walk for the vets. And the performing is going to be Hell on Heels, and it's a bunch of ladies we have here in the podcast: Jonah May, Tamara Clark, Melinda Adams, Lisa Tamberling. Am I pronouncing that right? Arlene Sandoz and Lathan. I'm not sure. Anyway, I don't know where the place is going to be at, but anyway, check out.
I believe that's at Papa Joe's.
Is that at Papa Joe's? Okay, and that's going to be Saturday, right?
Yep.
Saturday. Anyway, all those ladies are great singers and from the local area. Check them out. Tiger Lily and Max Carter at Lone Star Winery in Salado. Have you played there before? And also, I don't know. I'm not sure if this is a venue or there was something that said Chupacabra craft beer. I don't know what that is. Anyhow, maybe they're just giving that away free or something, right? And anyway, and Saturday they'll be playing there as well, the 28th. Donna Beckham, Saturday at the Trading House. You played there before?
Oh, yeah.
Me too, myself. And it's been years they have a good chicken fried steak over there too.
It looks awesome. I've never been brave enough.
You gotta get there early to do that. It's rare I get there early, you know. My boy Dustin Terrell, Friday.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
At the End Zone in Whitney. And Saturday he'll be at Elk Hall. I've played Elk Hall many a time in my life. How about you?
You know, I've never played alcohol,
Really?
which is wild. Yeah, I've never tried either, which is, my own fault.
You would do well over there. You would do well. And then my band Los Roaches will be at Aces Saturday. Always fun to play at my boy Jody's place, Aces. I love Aces. Oh, Jody's my boy. Good singer songwriter. I might have him on the podcast next month. Hopefully, him and D-Rail. And you said you're gonna be where?
Next Saturday? This
Yeah.
Saturday, I will be at Across the Tracks in Livingston. Texas.
Across the tracks. That's right. You tell me, living. And that guitar playing is off the chain. I dig that. who taught you how to play that style? Because that's something that you got to be taught.
That is true. My ears don't work that well. Dick Kimball taught me on my swing chords.
Oh, okay. I guess that you studied at MCC.
I did. Yeah, I took commercial music management from MCC, and he came down to track this last week, and he was like, "Hey, why don't you come take wire choir?" And so I thought, why not? It's on Monday nights. I'm usually at home the early part of the week. So I went last Monday, night before last, I guess, for the first time. And I got my tail handed to me.
Oh,
they were reading shape notes and just like...
I cannot do that anymore. I'm done. When it comes to that, I'm out. How can I say?
I'm really looking forward to just digging into it. And, because I feel like I'm right about to round this corner of really understanding the neck of my guitar. And I'm always hungry to learn more, and
For sure.
I've been in this just like, I can be like halfway finger pick, but man, I'm excited about it.
That's awesome. You're still hungry for music. That's what I'm talking about. Me too. I mean, even though I don't play out any much, but I still love writing. Los Roaches are going to start laying down tracks again next week.
Awesome.
I love creating.
Yeah.
What can you say as an artist? You got that's how you feed your hunger is creating.
Oh yeah.
I love doing. And how about as far as songwriters right now? Is there anybody you're liking right now? Who are you liking right now? I'm sure you're liking a lot of people right now.
Oh man, that's hard to say. There's like the obvious things, like that everybody would say, like the Isbels and the Sturgills, which are phenomenal. Locally, we have like a crop of really, really, really phenomenal.
You got that right. We just mentioned JD Miller or whatever his name is, JD or
John Dempsey.
John Dempsey. That's all I know is John Dempsey, but he used to be known as JD Miller too. I love that dude. One of my favorites. Who else?
There's a guy from Waco. His name is John Deere. He's been playing drums with us. We call him Pappy, and I am shameful to admit I played one night at Riley's Tavern down in New Braunfels, and he said, "Hey, give me that guitar afterwards. I'm going to show you something I've been working on." And it blew me away. It's one of the 2 covers that we actually put on this next record.
Wow.
And I didn't cut any covers on the first one, and man, it just blew me away. I'll play it next. It was the first song that he ever wrote. He's just a crazy writer. Now you can't stop him, but he thinks so much, he cares so much about his craft, so he's great. And I've been running around with Zach Aaron also. He's about to release his second record. And
where's he from?
He's actually from Cleveland, Texas, which is out towards Livingston.
Okay.
In the Houston area. And then, obviously I love Jason Eady and Courtney Patton and Jamie Lynn Wilson quite a bit. And
did you ever get into any of the, like, Bruce Robinson? Or anything yeah, great songwriter.
And his wife, Kelly.
For sure.
Like, they're
I met her one time in Nashville. And, anyway, I was playing some Americana, at some Americana music conference. Mm-hmm. And, that was just a fun weekend altogether. Anyway, and there was Billy Joe Shaver was there. It was like, wow. To me, even though he's from Waco, one of my heroes. One of my favorite songwriters heroes.
Mine too. You can't beat it.
And then he was hanging out with Kelly Willis, and she was about that tall. But I mean, of course, she got up and sang later. Just what can I say? Great talent. As a matter of fact, I was going to tell you because you spoke about the Flatlanders a while ago. We were at let me think where we were at. I believe it was called, because I lived over there. Before we lived over there, I'd go back and forth all the time. And I think it was 12th and Porter. That's the bar. That's what it's called, 12th and Porter. And it's on 12th and Porter. And we were there and checking out this one guy. I can't think who he was. Great songwriter. It's like almost like, the style was almost like the band that were called Nine Tons of Steel or whatever it's called. Something like that. Anyway, it's just like honky tonk.
Yeah.
And in the back corner was Joe Ely and I can't think the guy with the long hair. I can't think what his name is from the Flatlanders. And I was like, wow. And we just started talking, and I was just talking to Joe Ely about we said we're from Texas. Of course, Joe Ely's from Texas. They all are. Yeah. And we just started talking, and the next thing, one thing leads to another. And me and my buddy are cruising down Nashville with the drunk Joe Ely in the back. It was just awesome.
Man,
crazy. We got
amazing.
to go visit all kinds of crazy parts. And it was an Americana music conference, so Joe Ely's royalty. And
everybody's in town.
The doors were wide open to us. And Joe Ely and 2 Mexicans. I have no idea why. It was awesome. But anyway, that's one of my favorite stories of all time. But anyway. Joe Ely, another great songwriter.
Absolutely.
Right, another
Yeah.
great songwriter. I used to, I really didn't. I knew a little bit about him before we got there, and of course, obviously, I just started digging into him. And it's like, that's a guy that got drunk in the back of my car.
Yeah,
I got to
so-
really do more
yeah.
research on the guy, and how about guys like Jack Ingrams and all those guys even out? Because I don't check out music like I used to. Are those guys still out there doing it?
Oh, Jack is for sure. Yeah, he's
One of my favorites too.
he's doing. He's just consistent as the day is long.
Right.
Like he's still putting out good stuff, and there's. And I'm shameful. I feel like I'm drawing a blank, and I can't read this stuff. But I love and then the obvious too, like Guy Clark and Towns Van
Oh,
Zandt.
for sure.
Huge fan.
I wasn't a big Guy Clark fan. I knew a lot of his songs. Towns Van Zandt, to me, he was. I could tell everybody, not everybody is for everybody. He was an acquired taste.
Oh, yeah.
I dug a couple of his songs. Of course, one of my favorites was the whole Poncho and Lefty tune.
Sure.
But I liked the way that one was done before I heard it.
Right.
But I was a Merle Haggard fan.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask you, what did you think of Nashville when you went there?
I actually really, really love it. I don't know how much of the machine that I dig, but I won't say everybody, lots of folks in the Texas scene have been, in the last few years guilty of the whole, screw Nashville, and I understand very much I hate the machine. I hate the big corporate machine, but,
For sure.
It's not just located in Nashville. There's just as much politicking and, big money things that happen
All
here.
around, true that.
So the Nashville that I've known so far has been very welcoming, but like I said, I'm the only real experiences, that I've had. I've been a few times, but have either been the Americana Fest when I was working with a band, so that's like all the people from Texas that you already know there, and then, with Erin, she is so plugged in and so just freaking awesome. She truly, I think if neither one of us ever wrote a tune, we'd still be very close. Like, she's just, I think the world of her. But so there's a thing that happens every Tuesday night up there, and they call it Revival. And I got all these stickers I can.
Where was it at?
Oh, you'd ask me, and I couldn't tell you now. It's
Surely not downtown. It's like somewhere like
no.
All the cool places are not down. Downtown has its place.
Right. It's not one of those. It's like the East Nashville.
That's
side,
all the cool places are outside of downtown. Golly, I've seen some of the best talent. Dude, I remember when I went there. We were just checking out the town, and there was a place had like 3 bars in a triangle. Mm-hmm. And one of them, they saw this guy was a 3-piece, big old, huge dude. I mean, maybe 400 pounds. I'm not exaggerating. He had the place sitting down, and it was him, a drummer. Like the drummer just had a 3-piece, kick, snare, floor time, and then an organ player who played the bass line.
Oh wow.
Some of the best music I ever heard in my life.
How long ago was that?
This was many years ago, around 2006 or 7 when I lived over there. Anyway, it was just 3-piece band and that rock and just all over it. Is people are thinking Nashville, of course, country, but that place has so much history with just music in general.
Sure.
B.B. King has a place downtown. What can you say? I know they used to have jam sessions. Well, not for regular folks. There's like all-star cast of Nashville. They would be jamming there on Tuesdays, but me being a broke musician, if I wasn't, all the time I was going to go downtown is to play. Other than that, I couldn't afford to.
It's so expensive. I will say that. It was expensive.
Oh, for sure.
I had the craziest experience when I was there. Obviously I'm a huge country music nut. I got my first tattoo. The first time I went with
What is
some buddies. I just got that dotted note there, but that's the vintage.
As I said, it was like a
logo.
Gibson.
Yeah.
I dig that.
I actually just got that not long ago. But this first one I got, there was a group of CCN. They were the James Curlin band, and we were in college together. And they were going up there, and they're like, "Hey, we need somebody to go for $40. Like, that'd be your share of gas. Do you want to go to Nashville?" I was like, "Well, yeah." So I just hopped in with these guys that I knew one of them pretty well. The rest of them I didn't know at all.
Right.
So we went up there, and Gimbal sent me all his phone numbers of folks to go meet with, which was awesome. And I met Joe Silva. I got to spend.
Oh, really?
Oh, I just love that guy. I got to build a sweet relationship with him.
I could never, man. I saw he was playing downtown, and like I said, I was broke. Had to pick my punches as far as money was.
Sure.
So I never got to see Joe Silva, and I knew he was a Waco cat, and I wanted to go introduce myself. Did
Man, he was a joy. He would have loved to have known you. Like
Wow.
he was because he just like met me in the hotel lobby of the Sheraton or something.
He passed. Was it last year or the year before?
One of the two.
Yeah.
It was. I don't know.
Right. Did y'all ever meet up whenever he came back down to Waco? Y'all did. Did he remember?
Yeah. He was great about keeping in touch online and.
Really?
Like, oh yeah, he was cool. He always paid attention, which was sweet. And then, the guys they were like, well, we want to go to Guitar Center. I'm like, that's so dumb. There's Guitar Centers everywhere at home. Just drop me off downtown. And so I went to the Ryman and spent forever there and got to sing on the steps of the Ryman. It was really cool.
I never did that.
So I went and got a tattoo after that. And I couldn't afford to do the whole and I probably wouldn't have anyway. But they have the whole booth where you can sing with the track at the.
No, is it the new Grand Ole Opry or the Ryman?
The old.
The one behind Tootsie's.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, man, I spent many nights in I we used to play Tootsie's. That's one of my favorite places to play. That little corner right there, that whole corner has so much history you have no idea.
Yeah.
That's Tootsie's is famous because that's where everybody would go after the the Ryman.
I tried to sneak in that back door last time I was there.
Right.
And it didn't work.
They weren't having it.
No, it didn't work. I guess people try to do that all the time.
And I do miss Nashville and I miss playing over there, boy. And I didn't until you just brought it up, especially the whole Ryman thing and Tootsie's. Boy, that brings me back. I love that whole Broadway strip was fun,
Yeah.
And the places outside of Broadway, like we were talking about, was fun. Nashville is something. If you're a country musician, you have to do it.
Yeah, and this.
Did you perform at any of the bars like Tootsie's or anything like that?
I didn't play anywhere downtown. I played a radio show in Huntington, and then the rest of the time I was just writing. And those times, I can understand how the central part of it can be really taxing. But I wrote with a lady named Leslie Satcher, and she's freaking amazing. She's from Paris, Texas, actually. She moved to Nashville when she was my age.
Okay.
She wrote Troubadour for George Strait.
Wow.
And,
a great song.
A cajillion tunes. Like her,
sure.
Her catalog is just, and so I was petrified, but her house was awesome, and she and her husband have this huge Texas flag flying in their front yard in the middle,
right.
and her mom lived there, and she was so sweet, and it was just, those experiences of Nashville were great. They were so welcoming, and we wrote like country gospel tune, and I had a great time. I got to experience that outskirts.
Do you have to live in Nashville to really as far as in songwriting, now we're talking about how easy everything is with your phone and of course not just the internet. I mean just your phone in general. Do you have to live in Nashville to be a successful songwriter for that industry, or do you have to live there nowadays? Because back in the day you had to live there.
I'm torn about this.
Because you would do well there.
I think I could dig it. I'd probably miss home too much, But
I hear you.
I saw Kim Kelly when I was up there.
Okay.
She and Aaron and I wrote a song. Man, that song, I wish I should know it better than I do. I would play it. I'm really proud of that tune. It was a hook that Kim had. But, Kim grew up here and she's up there and she's a believer that, if you want to do it, you ought to be up there. But then also I look at people that I respect here, like, Adam Hood and Josh Greider. I mean, Adam just got a great publishing deal. Adam's had deals with Carnival, and Adam, has just built his life the way that it is. It's just awesome. He lives in Alabama.
Right.
And he is married to this awesome lady, and they just had a kiddo. And then he has a publishing deal out of Nashville, and then he comes and he tours Texas. And
that's what's up.
He forged his own way. I think that we're in a really uncertain time in the music industry, and there's room for you to not have to do the status quo because everybody's tired of the status quo.
You got that right, man, for sure. You don't need any kind record companies are pretty much obsolete, to be honest with you. You can do everything by yourself. If you hustle, you got the hustle in you. You do have the hustle in you. Obviously,
Thanks.
I can tell. Let's do another one.
Okay.
I was going to close it up, but I want to talk some more. So let's do another one.
This is that, I did not write this. This is one of the two covers that I'm going to, the second cover's up in the air. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. But this one is for sure going on this record. And as a songwriter, that's kind of I'm picky about, cover tunes that I'd plan to put on here. But this is...
I hear you. I think I jammed with you one time. I forgot when it was. I think it was at CNR,
yeah.
I think. And you did Johnny Be Good in that tune. I was like, wow, I would never expect you to do Johnny Be Good.
Oh, yeah. Man, that's been... Shoot, it hadn't been CNR and... Goodness.
Yes.
How long has that alone been?
Jeez, I know it, right?
Yeah, I love all that. I like all all sorts of music. I'm not, just...
Outside yeah, let's talk about that. Outside of country, what do you listen to?
Well,
that I wouldn't think you'd listen to.
I have a few guilty pleasures, like I really, really, really love, there's some classic
Lady
rock
Gaga.
stuff that I know.
Adele.
Taylor Swift.
No, none of that, no.
Metallica, because I do love them.
I mean, I love Etta James a whole lot.
There you go.
And, I love Ray Charles, obviously, but those are probably pretty obvious, because you can't have a heartbeat and not love those artists.
You got that right.
I like some classic rock that my parents, I love, Magic Carpet Ride and, Shooting Star and stuff like that. That's just the kind of,
Sure, Bad Company, sure, yeah.
I
Magic
love
Carpet
Bad
Ride.
Company.
What's that? I forgot who that was.
Wasn't that Whitesnake or Steppenwolf?
Yeah.
And, so when I was in high school, my first car was an '89 Astro van, and mind you, this was
That was your first car?
2006.
Ready to gig.
Yeah, man, absolutely. And I had a cassette tape that I had drink energy drinks that I threw up and listen to classic rock. So every now and then when I need.
Is there any hype music you listen to before you go on? What do you listen to before you go on? On the way to the gig.
Just the saddest Merle Haggard stuff with the tastiest Teletone you can find.
Today I started loving you again.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. I hear you. I love it.
Yeah, my favorite memory. Oh, anyway. Yeah. Which is so ridiculous to think that those sad, slow songs... that's what I listen to when I go to the gym. When the rare occasions that I actually go to the gym.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I got, everybody else is doing metal or something like that. You're doing some slow, today, that's awesome.
Yeah, and
I love it.
Anyway. The song is called Rockport. She left Rockport in December. She had nothing left to lose. Daddy died the prior winter. Mama fell in love with booze. She cashed in all her pennies she'd been saving for so long. She asked the neighbors to watch the house as they nailed the last board on. Hello, goodbye, hello, freedom. Here's to all the miles that build you along the way. Hello, hard times and hello, demons. Here's to all the nights when you're too afraid to pray. She thought New Orleans was the coolest. She'd never seen that shit before. They had cold case files and voodoo smiles and blues men on tour. But the darkness of the city began to show around her eyes. She found comfort in the needle, Daddy's snub-nosed 45. Hello, goodbye, hello, freedom. Here's to all the miles that build you along the way. Hello, hard times and hello, demons. Here's to all the nights when you're too afraid to pray. He was born to migrant workers in southeast Arkansas. He had 2 strikes against him before he ever learned to crawl. But they crossed past South Reno, fell in love and placed their bets. Whoa, but hope don't last forever, and a falling knife is hard to catch. Hello, goodbye, hello, freedom. Here's to all the miles that build you along the way. Hello, hard times and hello, demons. Here's to all the nights when you're too afraid to pray. She left Rockport in December. She had nothing left to lose. Daddy died the prior winter. Mama fell in love with booze.
Well, I love that.
Isn't that amazing?
I love that song. Who did that?
John Dews is his name. He grew up in Waco. He lives in San Antonio now, but they hadn't been there too long. Man.
And that's a guy you know, right?
Yeah, we call him Pappy. He's one of my dearest friends. That he blew me away. That's the first song he ever wrote. Man. Unbelievable. It kind of makes me want to quit.
That's the first one he ever wrote. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Wow.
Beautiful tune.
And that like all that talent is here in Waco. There's I've said that several times. I think I played all over in Texas too. I believe that Waco we can hold our own compared to a lot of cities, even Austin too. Austin has a lot of great musicians. Don't get me wrong, but as far as what we're doing, let's say country or Americana or rock, whatever, we can do that same thing Austin can do. I believe we can. All the talent is right. You right there. That sounds awesome. Just your voice, your songwriting, and like I said, there's other people like you. Like we talked about John Dempsey, my boy Russian.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys can write just as good as anybody else. I believe so.
I do too. And I think about it a lot. Waco is home for me for sure. There's a time, probably coming before too long, that I'll have to, just for me and my spirit, probably have to move somewhere. Just to say that I did. But I don't believe I don't know what I truly don't. I think that Waco comes from a history of the haves and the have-nots, truly. Like, there's this big Baylor entity, and then there's, like, all the rest of us that work very, very hard, and there's no right or wrong, but I think that the separation between the two has created this adversity, and good music always comes from adversity. If you look at any time in history, like, the best eras of music come from this big society, like, suffering, and right now we're and I won't get into politics by any means, but, like, our society as a whole is just changing so much that good music is happening, and so I think that's a big reason that there is so much talent that's from Waco and, still here, but even if you look at the list of people that were born here, I think that to some degree, musically, we come from a region that it is hard to create, and it is hard to get a foothold, and you kind of got to claw your way out, but I think it creates some stank, too.
No, for sure. I'm thinking right now, like Nashville is thirsty for something like that.
Sure.
I've seen it happen a few times in musical genres. One of them being the one that Tejano. Whenever I was playing on the road, I was playing Tejano music.
Awesome.
And it got so ridiculous, which is so saturated with so many different artists, and some were really organic, and this has got from being watered down to just obnoxious to where the industry killed itself. Now it's a dying industry. Same thing at one time, Texas country was doing so. At one time it was doing to where, you were seeing Randy Rogers on CMT. I remember I was downtown Nashville whenever Cross Canadian Ragweed was doing that song with Leanne Womack, and it was just really, really big. And then the time I quit playing it is because it just got so everybody and their mother was hitting the G chord and with the tube screamer and just writing just ridiculousness, and I thought at one time it was just suffering. Of course now it's changed. I mean, now that I'm starting to listen to it again, it's changed. Chris Knight's always been there. He's not from Texas, but there's guys that are like, okay, that dude's for real, and he's playing something kind of like our style. We can do that too, and that's there's a lot of good songwriters here in Texas, but there was that one time, it was just nuts with just.
Yeah.
Ridiculous not really songwriters, just guys wanting to party, and I got a guitar, and all my frat boys are going to watch me play, and now I think Nashville's doing the same thing too. We got a lot of great songwriters out there, but it's the way it's being presented. With all this, what can I say? It's not country like you would think. It's the category is country, but it's not country. And so it's thirsty for something. I think that's what I say. I think girls like you and guys like John Dempsey would do well because it's just so left field. It's going to be a breath of fresh air. You have to have that.
For the sake of my pocketbook and eating, I hope that you're right.
I believe so. It's what the whole hustling and the whole internet and taking advantage of that.
Sure.
It's going to pay off. You keep going at it. Sure, it's not going to be easy, but I think it is. Music like that has to be heard. Like I said, if that's the same thing, just like we're talking about Loretta Lynn, I'm always going back and listening to Loretta Lynn music all the time. Why? Because I need something wholesome to listen to.
Yeah, something to bring you centered again.
Jeez Louise, I do.
Yeah.
Golly. Or same thing, even rock.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
And it was just 3 dudes with the singer. 4 dudes total. That's it. It wasn't all kinds of crazy synthesizers, pan stereo, just crazy and and it was just organic music.
And they were able to do so much. I don't know enough of it like I should, but Paul Miller is one of my dear friends, and he's a huge Zeppelin fan. And so any of it that I've heard, he's introduced me to, and it's just it amazes me really. I mean, it's totally doable, And music's missing a lot of pop music right now, in whatever genre, is missing that human element to it.
I agree.
But
we talked about Adele a while ago. You know what? I'll give it to her. I've listened to some of her music, and it's done very well. It's pop, yeah, but the way it's presented.
It's tasteful, and she sings. Goodness gracious.
And can write.
Yeah.
Those lyrics are written by her.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's nuts. And then, not to mention that one album, 21, she was 21.
Yeah.
Literally.
It's crazy.
That is crazy, that kind of talent. That's really, honestly, somebody that can do that, it's a freak.
Mm-hmm. And she deserves every bit of where she is, because
For sure.
she's so freaking,
and again, same thing that we're talking about, it's not cookie cutter. It's like she's like breaking all the rules. She really isn't the thin pop singing chick that's dancing around. She does the total opposite. The total opposite, and then she rocks it.
Yeah.
Let's do one more.
Oh, let's see here. All right.
What's this one we're going to be hearing?
This one still doesn't have a title. We cut this. So.
That's the best. I like that. Hey, you know what? It's an artist thinking about it.
Hey, the audience can title it.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that's true.
Are there any questions out there? If not, no big deal. We don't mind performing.
Tommy and Aaron said hi.
Everything
else, you can sing. You're good. That's about it.
Oh, that's a great compliment, of course.
That is a great compliment.
You can't sing and write.
That's amazing. Very, very good. And dang, this girl can sing.
Hey, we love it. We love it.
So this song, I started this tune, and I was playing the opposite Tuesdays at Lakeside Tavern for a long time, and kind of taking a break.
Well, what is that?
Lakeside Tavern?
Oh, no, the opposites. You were saying you're
playing. Oh, I'm sorry. I played Papa Joe's every other, and then the other one.
Okay, I got you. Okay.
Just kind of for the sake of my schedule and having a day to just get caught up on business,
yes,
I kind
for sure.
Took some time off from that one. But there's a couple there, Jason and Christy Harwell, and I just love the Harwells. And, Lakeside is notorious. They have these really awesome pickle shots, and I drink.
No, they're not. I've had them over there. They're just...
I mean, y'all are fans of the Aces pickle shot, I'm sure.
No, not even that. Not even pickle shots. I guess, when I played football, our coaches would make us hydrate ourselves by drinking
pickle juice.
Oh, my gosh. And I just didn't... Anyway, whatever.
I love it. Way too much love it, And, yeah, whew.
Right.
So one night I had more than my share of them. And Jason and Christy, thank goodness, were like, don't drive, don't be stupid, come stay with us. I was like, yeah, it's a good idea, so I'm going to do that.
That's what's up.
Do you know a Shane Howard?
Oh, yeah.
No, never heard of him. No, that's my buddy.
Some Shane Howard songs, and he said it.
Shane and my boy went to high school together, and I played the Rampage. I think it was called Shane Howard and Rampage. I was like 20 years old. I was going to NCC anyway. My boy Shane. I need to get him in here too.
I saw him earlier today. I'm living in Riesel when I'm home, and he lives there, and his folks live out there too. And his dad has the most amazing record collection I've ever seen in my life.
I used to go there all the time. His parents are awesome. I love them.
I hung out with him today, and it was amazing before I came here. And then drove to Marlin before coming here.
When you said that, I was like, let me read this text one more time.
We must have talked about that you were from Marlin. I don't know what in the world. I had it written down in my calendar.
But you rocked it coming over here. I appreciate you doing it. And then driving to Marlin. I would have never asked you to go to Marlin, but thank you for doing it.
No problem.
Anyway.
Anyway. So Jason and Christy drove me home to their house on the river, and it was awesome. And I'd started this tune, and Christy and I are pretty close. I don't get to see her as much as I would like to, but I played it for him, and I was like, you got to help me finish this. Christy's been through both of them have been through their fair share of just life stuff, you know.
Oh yes.
And so this song doesn't have a title yet. On the roughs, it's called the Domestic Violence Tune, which is terrible. But
And the subjects you write about, I dig them because they're you know, of course the one of what kills. I really was not expecting that, but you know what? I love the artistry in you for sure.
thank
You can't have everything can't be cookie cutter. Everybody's heart's been broken. Jeez, how many songs are we gonna write about that?
Right.
But that one, I dig it, girl. I dig it.
Thanks.
Let's do this. Here, do this one.
So yeah, I wrote this with Jason and Christy. Let's see here. It's a simple melody, really, but as songwriters, we do have a platform to tell the truth. And, you know, if you're not encouraging somebody sometimes, then why do it? My trembling hands grew still as I heard him bolt lock the door. I heard the sickness in his heels as he made my way across the concrete floor. I knew that he'd been drinking, and I knew that he was coming back for more. But you can't put up a fight, you don't know what the hell you're fighting for. See, I'd walked with a thought that I could crawl, but all I found was a cold revolving door. I'd been taught this way of life, I've seen it all so many nights before, and I can still hear him screaming through whiskey and a cold and ceaseless night. Girl, you ain't gone forever, you'll just be a little harder to find. For those of you that know the kind of hell that I've gone my way through, consider this fair warning: you'll die if you don't learn to fight for you. And I know that it's been written, forgive them for they know not what they do. But it's a shame to be the victim since the temple veil's been torn clean in two. See, it's a shame to be the victim since the temple veil's been torn clean in two.
I love it. I love it. All that stuff from the songwriting, your voice, and the stories, and you're living the life. I'm loving that. I'm loving that. And thank you for doing this.
Sure, I'm happy to.
Like I said, I know you're busy, and I was trying to get you on a while back, but you're just a busy musician,
Man,
and I
I'm so
love it.
sorry it took us so long.
No
to
big
finally
deal.
do this.
I mean, that makes me proud that there's working musicians here in Waco still. Bunches of them now. Now they're coming out. Right now, Waco's actually having a music scene now.
It's awesome.
You know, at one time, you're just a youngin', but at one time it was pretty much just country, and if you wanted to play rock, you're not going to make any money. Or, at one time it was just rock were taking over in the country, wouldn't do anything. Now, all genres are accepted.
It's awesome.
Man, and the friendship, we're like one big family now. We all know each other, we all play with each other. Like I said, like guys like Michael Saldana, I've jammed with him many times, I produced a couple of stuff. Tiny Adams. We're all just, you know, one big family, and I love it.
Yeah, me too. I've not ever found that. You know, New Braunfels is awesome and people are very welcoming, but we have a family of musicians here.
You got that right.
I'm so thankful.
And even if you ever need anything like as far as musicianship goes, we got tons of guitar players, drummers, bass players that can handle the job too. I mean, that's easy to have that in your back pocket.
Yeah.
It's awesome to have that in your back pocket. I mean.
Sure.
But anyway, folks, I'm not sure who I'm going to have on next week. I will find out and I will post it up. But be sure to check out Kayla Saturday at
I'm in all the way in Livingston. Across the tracks.
You ever do any of your shows like live? Put them on live so folks in Waco can see it.
I don't.
I would love to see the whole band. You know, I don't go out if I'm not playing music. I'm chilling out at the house. So.
Sure.
But I'd love to do that. I'd love to have you do that sometimes. Just see your work live. You know, with the full band.
We've got a few live videos from Lukenbach that we're working on putting out. But
there you go.
We'll do something like that soon.
Okay, cool. Be sure to check her out if you can when she comes around Waco. And I'm not sure who I'll have on next week, but I'll let you know. Be sure to like and share. Peace out.